Hello, I'm attorney Kiara Swinton. On this channel, I share practical legal insights to help Virginia drivers better understand the law and protect themselves. If you drive for a living, a ticket can mean more than just a fine. For CDL drivers, a citation may impact one's paycheck, insurance, job opportunities, and in some circumstances, commercial driving privileges. One of the biggest mistakes I see CDL holders make is treating a CDL ticket like a regular traffic ticket. Today, I'll talk about some of the most serious offenses faced by CDL drivers, including overweight citations and serious traffic violations, and practical steps drivers can take to help avoid these circumstances. Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. First, let's talk about why CDL tickets are different. If you're a commercial driver, then you know that your CDL is tied to your ability to work. And tickets that might seem manageable to non-commercial drivers, such as speeding 15 miles over the limit, can have bigger consequences for commercial drivers. Sometimes CDL holders think, I'll just pay the ticket and move on. But before you do that, it's important to know what that can mean. In Virginia, prepaying a ticket is the same as admitting responsibility. And in some circumstances, that can impact your driving record or even your driving privileges. And this can become even more important when a driver is facing an overweight citation or a violation of an offense that is deemed serious under Virginia CDL statutes. Let's start with overweight citations, because this is an issue faced by many Virginia commercial drivers. If you're found to be operating a commercial vehicle that exceeds lawful weight limits, you may receive an overweight citation at a mobile or a fixed weighing station. Virginia has statutes addressing overweight commercial vehicles, including provisions for liquidated damages at 1 to 60 cents per pound overweight. These can become quite significant, especially where a commercial vehicle is alleged to have been tens of thousands of pounds above permitted weights. Virginia's statutes, including Virginia Code Section 46.2-1135, address these types of citations. However, the specific penalties applicable depend on additional factors, including how much weight exceeded the legal limit, whether permits were involved, what route was used, and whether there are any exemptions. That's why it's dangerous to assume it's just another ticket. Sometimes there may be issues with documentation, cargo, permits, or even the actual weight calculations themselves that can be used to contest the ticket or reduce the damages. Here are some common mistakes commercial drivers often make after receiving an overweight citation. Number 1, paying the citation before reviewing it for accuracy or defenses. Before paying anything, it is wise to understand what you are agreeing to, whether there are any defenses, documentation issues, or mitigating circumstances worth considering. Number 2, failing to timely contest the citation. Once a driver receives an overweight citation, the driver and/or company have only 21 days to contest the violation with the Virginia DMV in writing. That 21-day timeline starts the day the driver receives the citation. Failure to timely contest the citation will result in the Virginia DMV imposing the full amount assessed on the citation. Number 3, failing to timely pay the citation when not contesting it or after court. People are surprised to learn that the responsible party has only 21 days to pay the citation where not contested, and only 30 days if the ticket is contested and an amount owed is imposed by the court. Failure to timely make payment will result in the responsible party losing its privilege to drive in Virginia. Moreover, a $50 reinstatement fee will be imposed, and the responsible party's vehicles can be detained in Virginia until the full amount owed is paid. Number 4 is failing to gather and maintain documentation. If there are weight tickets, cargo records, maintenance records, or photographs, keep them. Documentation can matter. So, what can CDL drivers do to help prevent problems before they happen? Some practical things. Double check permit and route requirements. Keep organized paperwork. Keep documentation from certified weight records where available. Stay on top of maintenance and inspections. Make sure that cargo and securement documentation is complete, and if something feels off, attempt to address the issue immediately before getting back on the road. These steps don't guarantee that you won't receive any citations, but they can place you in a better position if something does happen. Now, let's discuss serious traffic violations for CDL holders. This is where many drivers underestimate what's at stake. There are certain traffic offenses that are considered serious for CDL purposes. Examples include excessive speeding, reckless driving, following too closely, erratic lane change, and some traffic offenses involving the use of a handheld mobile device. For example, in Virginia, reckless driving includes a wide range of driving behavior, going from excessive speeding to passing a stopped school bus. And what for a normal driver might feel like a regular speeding ticket could have significant consequences for a CDL holder. That's why it's important not to treat these tickets as just a normal charge. For CDL holders, it's also important to remember that repeat violations matter. Multiple serious violations within a specific time period can have CDL consequences, including disqualification. There are some offenses that are even more serious because they result in CDL disqualification if the driver is convicted. Examples include a DWI, unlawful refusal of a blood or breath test, using a commercial vehicle in the commission of a felony, leaving the scene of an accident, and making fraudulent statements on a CDL application. Unlike serious traffic violations, a driver doesn't need to be convicted of multiple offenses in order to be disqualified. This is why it's important for a CDL driver facing such allegations to understand options early. If you receive a citation as a CDL driver, here are some practical steps I recommend. First, keep your paperwork. Second, make notes about the circumstances while they're still fresh in your mind. Third, avoid making assumptions about what prepaying the ticket will mean. And fourth, understand your legal options before making any final decisions that might impact your CDL and livelihood. If you or a loved one is facing a citation in Virginia as a CDL driver, contact my office at 571-322-6289 or visit kswintonlaw.com to schedule your free consultation and learn more about what your potential legal options are and defenses. If you found this video to be helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with another CDL driver who might benefit from this information.